Now for one final example, falling into debt. There's just lots of examples of this. Perhaps you have a credit card and you have a balance on your credit card and you continue to use the credit card, and every month you use more money on your credit card than you pay off. Then you're falling into debt. Perhaps you have student loans and you continue every month, every semester you have to take out more student loans. You owe them a certain amount of money. You continue to dig yourself further into student loan debt. By the way, let me just say, in defense of the institution that I work for, student loan debt often, especially if it's government subsidized, has very reasonable rates of interest. They might be 2.5% or 3% interest. You might be paying 12% on it or 8%, and that is definitely something to try to look into avoiding. Anyway, this is the example I'm going to use is something that has happened to a number of friends of mine. People can't believe that this happens, but I'm going to tell you that suppose we move, we close out things. You know, there's always crazy getting the movers and packing up all your stuff and saying goodbye to people and blah, 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 blah. And you thought you closed out your bank account, but there was some sort of fee or overdraft or something that happened where they think that you owe them $10. You have a negative account. Now, when your bank account goes negative, they go crazy. What do? They hit you with a penalty every single month. And maybe it's $35, maybe it's $25, maybe it's $50. 35 seems to be fairly popular. And then they hit you with the penalty rate of interest. Maybe their overdraft is 14%, but as soon as they think that you're ignoring them, that jumps up. If you don't pay the credit card even a minimum payment for 2 or 3 months, they will jack it up to like 22%. Yeah, you thought you were paying 12%, it goes up to whatever the maximum, like the state of Massachusetts, I don't think lets you charge more than 22%. So that's exactly what they charge. Anyway, let's say a year and a half later, they find us, they say, you owe us. How much do they think that they owe us? Watch what happens. The initial amount. We started off in debt, $10. What happens? We are accruing interest 12 times a year. It's monthly. Most problems are monthly. But if we're going to do a daily problem, 365, so on. Let's see. The rate of interest is 0.22 over 12. The number of years, 1.5, a year and a half. And the payment, well, you're not really paying them any money. That you don't even know that you owe them money. You're not really subtracting money. It's not like you do anything fun with this. But that $35 penalty is a negative thing hitting your account. Every month they say you owe us another $35. They do this. They totally do this. What happens? F is RA plus P times 1 plus R to the YN minus P all over R, which is 0.22 over 12 times negative 10 plus negative 35 times 1 plus 0.22 over 12 to the 1.5 times 12 minus negative 35 all over 0.22 over 12. And what happens? What can I figure out here? Well, I can do a little bit of this. 2.22 times negative 10 is negative 2.2 over 12 minus 35. This is 1 plus 0.22 over 12 to the, let's see, 1.5 of 12 is 12, and then 6 more is 18th power. It's been 18 months that they've done this thing to you. Maybe you did owe them that $10, and maybe you did sign a piece of paper saying that you're going to pay this rate of interest. 0.22 over 12. That wasn't so great, but let's see what we can do now. We've got, well, okay. We'll do the exponent one first. 0.22 divided by 12 is something horrible. Plus 1 gives me that. Raised up to the 18th power is 13868. So 1.3868, and we are multiplying that by what number? We are multiplying that by 2.2 negative divided by 12 equals minus 35 equals 35.18333. Minus 35.183, that's enough, plus 35 over, oh, I've forgotten this one already, 0.22 divided by 12, no, clear. 0.22 divided by 12 is 0.018333. 0.01833, whatever. Okay, and now we have that number. That's none of the things up top. Clear the whole thing out. 35.183 negative times 1.3868 equals plus 35 equals divided by 0.01833 equals $752.42. 752.42. 752.42, but not 752.42, negative 752.42. This is debt. A year and a half later, they find your new address, they've tracked you down, and they say, you owe us $750, $752.42. And you say, no way, I closed out that account a year and a half ago. I haven't been in that town for a long time. I never owed you that kind of money. It was $10. It was a bounce check fee. It was, you didn't tell them that you were closing your account, and they hit you with like a $10 fee for with the checking account fee every month, and then it went negative, and maybe they've been throwing that in addition to the 35. It's unbelievable what happened. And if you are in debt and you continue to chip away at it now, I mean, who am I kidding? College loans will pile up on you pretty quick. You just gotta graduate as soon as you can and stop borrowing that money. Start paying it back. It's kind of depressing that the rates of interest that they will pay you are like 1.5. My checking account, I think I'm getting like 0.5% interest in my checking account right now. Maybe not even that. Maybe 0.025, 0.25%. And yet you want to take out a loan, for a car, it's like 8%. Unbelievable. So anyway, these are useful formulas to know, and that's why I'm putting them in this course.